We start our walk along city of Sliema at Baluta Bay. Baluta Bay is a meeting point of St Julian and Sliema. Here you can see beautiful neo-Gothic Baluta Parish Church, and nearby is a square with bars and restaurants, and if you sit there you can watch to the Baluta Bay and the Mediterranean Sea. In summertime, Baluta Bay becomes lively Baluta Beach, where local residents spend their time. At this point on the left, very nice promenade along about 2 kilometers goes to the St Julian, and you can see our video about St Julian. And now we are going on the right along a 3 kilometer long a beautiful promenade which goes along the coastline of city of Sliema. On the left side you can see beautiful view on St Julian and Paceville Tower, and here is Independence Garden with playground for the kids and benches. Having a garden in Malta is really something special, because in Malta you will not see too much trees and parks, so this place is very nice, very peaceful, and I think in summertime it's a real joy to take a seat here and have a refreshment. We took a walk just under the promenade through this beautiful garden, and it was a real joy. Here you can see rocky stones, and as we heard, we visited Sliema in the winter time. We heard that in summertime these rocky stones are used as some kind of beach, and that people come here to swim. As I already said in my previous videos, there are only 5, maybe 6 real beaches in Malta, and they are out of urban areas. So personally I think if you have accommodation in Sliema, and probably you will, you'll need to take a bus and go to the Golden Beach, Victoria Beach, Paradise Beach, or to Ramla Beach on Gozo, and Blue Lagoon at Manoel Island. But you can try and do what locals do and take a swim on this rocky coastline. Here you can see this beautiful promenade, especially on weekends. Citizens of Sliema come here to do running, exercising and walking, and those who are not too much keen of exercise, they sit on the bench, or they drink a coffee in small cafes and restaurants along this beautiful promenade. Here you can see also rocky coasts that can be used for the swimming. There are from time to time some kind of nature pools that also can be used in summertime.
Sliema is situated on one peninsula, and this side is beautiful because you have a wonderful view on the open Mediterranean Sea, and this side connects Sliema with St Julian, and on the other side there is the other promenade, very long, which goes from Sliema to Zira, and after that you can walk until Valletta. There is about 1 hour walk until Valletta, and it's very pleasant, and you have beautiful views on the beautiful marinas there. As we could realize, some alternative style of lives like yoga are quite popular in Malta. There is a yoga center at Manoel Island. There is also a special program at the University of Malta for the Chinese medicine. Just at the beginning of the garden we saw the monument to the great yoga teacher Sri Chinmoy. Here we are at the other side of Promenade, which goes from Sliema to Valletta, and from here you have a wonderful view on the harbor between Sliema and Valletta, and the city of Valletta. This area is very lively in the evening. There are bars and restaurants, but not so lively like Payseville in St Julian. But if you want to go to Payseville in St Julian, it's no problem. The other side of Promenade will take you there, and you can come easily in any time of the night by walk back to Sliema. This area is also a place where you can find the buses to all parts of Malta. That's ferry bus station, and this ferry station is also a place where you can take a ferry and go to Valletta by ferry. It is also a meeting point for the tourist organizations which will offer you many trips, and some of them are very famous, like fast ferries which will take you to the Comino, Blue Lagoon, and the island of Fugosa. Here is the point, the only real shopping mall at Malta. It's not too big, but very elegant, very nice, and it's a very convenient place, especially in time when there is rain or windy. These days not pleasant Malta. Luckily there are not too much rain, but it can be very windy, and so it's very nice to take a walk along this beautiful shopping mall, and you can take a seat and have a coffee in restaurants inside. This area is very elegant. It's a developing area. There are new buildings, and those buildings and apartments are the most expensive properties in Malta. Sliema got its name from a chapel dedicated to the Our Lady of the Sea, or Stella Maris, which served as a reference point to the fishermen who inhabited the area. The name is linked to the opening words of the Hail Mary prayer, which in Maltese are Slim Jalik Maria. Slim is the Maltese word meaning peace or serenity. Sliema is a quite large residential town with a population of around 15,000 locals, but also housing a significant number of expatriates that reside there temporarily. Sliema was once a quiet fishing village, a minor summer resort that hosted wealthier Valletta residents. The 19th century, however, saw the development of Sliema, and it quickly grew into residential area, joining the neighborhood of St Julian's. Elegant villas and townhouses, as well as many Victorian buildings, were built by the British along the promenade overlooking the rocky coastline. But soon the people of Sliema understood the tourism potential of the area, and so they began building a boom that changed the whole landscape. Sliema became the first tourist resort in Malta, and its importance still remains. Nowadays only a few Victorian and Art Nouveau houses remain, and the rest have been replaced by modern apartment blocks, establishments and hotels. As you can see, position at peninsula offers spectacular views across to Valletta, and from the other side breathtaking open sea views. Here you have a view across Marsamxet harbor and Manoel Island. We visited one day Manoel Island, but it was the only disappointment for us in Sliema. This area is not organized well. There was some kind of walking route for the pedestrians, but the group of us were under the rain and we definitely couldn't hide anywhere. All the buildings there were strictly closed, and there were no benches, there were no places where you can hide, and it was impossible to enter into the fortress there and the church. So I think this area needs to be organized in the future. Here you can see one characteristic streets in the central part of peninsula. Those buildings are built in the old traditional Maltese way, with wooden balconies and in the colors of blue, green and red. And there are many of such streets, and this area, which is central area of Sliema, is very quiet and peaceful. Accommodation in Sliema can be very expensive, but generally I think it's less expensive than in St Julian, and there are some hotels that can be at a reasonable price. In winter time, it's about around New Year, Eve, we found quite a good 3-star hotel with a price of 30 euros per night, with a very good breakfast for two of us. Definitely in summertime it would be more expensive. Here you can see view from Manoel Island to the Sliema. And here is again some of characteristic old streets. As I previously said, there are no beaches at Sliema, and so if you come here in summertime, you have to be ready to swim under the promenade, or to take a bus and go to some excellent beaches which are about 1 hour at least away from the Sliema. In winter time it's not a problem to use buses, but I'm not sure how would it be in summertime, and many people need to refresh at beaches, but you can try, of course. The weather at Malta and of course Sliema in winter time was very friendly. We were in t-shirts during the day, so it was a real pleasure. But I'm wondering if it is so pleasant in winter, maybe in summertime it would be too hot, because many cities, and not only the cities, the whole island doesn't have enough trees, so I think it's quite unpleasant to be here in summertime. The Ria is a popular tourist destination, but is also sought after residential area for local residents, with some of the most expensive property available in the country. Sliema is viewed as an elite area to live and is loved by its inhabitants. With the rapid change the town has seen in recent decades and the ever-increasing problem of traffic and parking, however, it's lost a little of its friendly character and has fallen to highly lucrative property development. Nevertheless, it is one of the rare places in Malta that has a blend of hustle and bustle of city life, good food and recreation, and a slight British tint with its various pubs and easygoing lifestyle. Now we are coming nearby city of Gzira, and the promenade goes through the city of Gzira, and there is also continuing of this beautiful promenade, and it will take you directly to the city of Valletta. Thank you for following our series of videos about Malta, and please, if you like it, click like and share it, and of course if you can subscribe. It is free for you, and it will help a lot us to maintain this channel and to continue providing you beautiful videos about various destinations around Europe and the world. Thank you for watching.